All right, gents, welcome to week 7. It's been an exciting season so far. Lots of high scoring matchups. Teams that we didn't expect are performing pretty well, and others aren't doing so hot. But you know what? I want to do something that I won't say is a little bit different because Dugas did a similar thing once, but instead of recording it, he sort of posted in the chat. So, shout out to him for the inspiration for this, but I'm going to do a little bit of poetry. Maybe some might even call it slam poetry for our matchups this week. So, first one, obviously, going to get into the most exciting matchup of the week, myself and Nicholas Jeffrey. So, this is it right here. It's time for a matchup of two lifelong brothers, one of whom is about to become a father. While Nick will bear the fruit of his loins, he will still be left with a vacant hole. That's right, Nicholas, I'm about to take your soul. Try as he may, he will not escape my clutches. I will give him an epic noogie, just like he got during middle school lunches. And while Nick Daddy's team might not look so pretty, I want your child to know that they can always confide in Uncle Nitty. Even though I am the one who spent time falling through the bed, I think it is Nick who may have bumped his head. Yes, he gave up last season and traded his team, just to find himself in the same place, but I must not be mean. For his team looks nice and thick up top. But he is simply outmatched, and this will be a major flop. Nitty by 47.2, and you can take that to the bank. I refuse to be beaten by a man who puked a burrito into a sank. That's the first one right there. Next we have an epic matchup of Belby versus Oscar. I seem to have forgotten, didn't these two play each other just last week? Oscar left Belby feeling defeated, a smile from cheek to cheek. My fellow Ginger may have been vanquished, but he isn't yet gone. He has told the world that he is trying to make moves for later on. While Oscar is showcasing his Vegas voyage for the gram, Belby is preparing for a Sunday night slam. Oscar should focus on more than just his filters, and remember that he is a worthy opponent who frequently gives him the jitters. The smack talk will commence on early Thursday evening. This one will be close, I got a good feeling. I can say with honesty that both teams have horrible names, but as I zoom in, it seems oh so clear in the frame. I don't care who tells me, I don't listen to the naysayers. Oscar will lose by 40 because he's starting 2 Jets players. Alright, next up we got Pat and Brendan. When two Gumbies meet and their worlds collide, whose side will you be on, and will you pick the right guy? Will it be Brendan with his tall and lanky stature, or Pat with truly juices flowing through his dark matter? The great mustard toss was a time of hysteria and confusion. It left Pat angry, sad, and in need of retribution. Who would do such a thing to my epic pyramid of delight? I shall leave Gumby with a sword through his stomach tonight. We must not forget that the spreadsheet should be stopped at all costs, for Brendan once wore double-popped collars from Lacoste. I would like to see Pat's body fully doused in ketchup. Just remember that I wrote this before looking at his matchups. It looks like Brendan is the latest to fall for the old Dearness Johnson, to my astonishment. And thus he will lose by 12.4. Rebuilding Pat's truly empire will be his punishment. And next we have OC versus Brett. I'm writing this while I'm digesting sweet, sweet fruits. If one thing is true, I know these two men would rather be watching hoops. The way their teams are built, football must not be their forte, for their teams are similar to the aftermath of Taco Tuesday. Try as they might, they are both primed for the Barker Bowl. Jarvis Landry will not save you from the future, this I'm told. It will be a thin margin, no room for mistakes, and Sean will forget to set his lineup. That's my hot take. With 4 bye-week players still sitting on his bench, he's better off saving his luck for when he needs it in a pinch. Big Doc, rest your players for week 14 and don't be flummoxed. I can't wait to see you on a shiny new calendar and a banana hammock. Man, that's a good one. All right, YD and Dugas Douglas. Whew, let me take a big breath here. All right. with the great Darnell Mooney anxiously awaiting in the wings. Duga's success will only last as long as one of Brother Dempsey's freshman year flings. To reach the pinnacle of success, he must set the man free, or see a first-round exit, as he does annually. Try as he might, he will not beat Big Brother this matchup. Dempsey's team is trash, but like herpes, they may flare up. Sean's running backs remind me of a saying I once heard. It is better to give up than have tried and embarrassed your family. Rhyme I may not, for I am an ultra sneaky poet. Break out the champagne glasses. I see Dempsey poppin' Moet. And lastly, we have John and June. Dear John, your training regimen has gifted you with an epic booty, but I can't understand why your team is named after Cherry Judy. Even though you parade around Tampa with all the ladies and a fly car, you must remember that a pass cannot be completed to a player on IR. I implore you to think about your team's future instead of waiting for something to happen, or Big Deck Energy will come through with his fingers snapping. June Daddy has been licking his chops in anticipation of this matchup. He's playing an eagle, a giant, and a dolphin, says June, go be president runner-up. John simply doesn't stand a chance. His team littered with bye weeks. June Daddy by 30, for he stays clapping them cheeks. All right, guys, thanks for listening. Nitty out.